He's a really nice guy as well.
Joss? Yeah, he's a country boy.
Sweet guy.
Yeah.
Proper.
How many sixes did he hit in that again? He hit about 9, wasn't it?
You don't want anything on picks for the playoffs or anything like that? RCB, so we can at least go. Oh, wow. Okay.
6 sixes and 8 fours. Primavera Sound. Have you heard of that concert?
No.
In Europe?
No.
Okay.
What's that?
My son's flying out to meet my daughter. She's in London and he's obviously in Perth, flying out to meet somewhere in Europe, I've forgotten where, for that concert. Primavera Sound. I thought you'd know this, being a young sort of buck that likes all this music stuff.
Primavera Sound.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I have to Google it to see what the story is. Then you'll know.
Yep, let's go.
6 and 8.
4, 3, 2. This is My 11 Circle presents Impact Picks of the Week. And what a thrilling week. We've had the race to the top 2, went down to the last game. So we're looking at the top performers from those games as per ESPN Cricinfo's MVP and our smart stats and our smart men on the couch. Varun Aaron, Tom Moody. Let's review a thrilling week, gentlemen. Top impact pick performers right here. Josh Inglis in match 69. Big game for Punjab to secure a top 2 spot. Ended up smashing 73 of 42. Varun, how good was that?
That was brilliant, especially when Punjab were slightly in trouble. English came out and played really good innings. First 50 by an overseas for Punjab this year says a lot. And, you know, if they have to win that eliminator, which they are going to be up against one of these two teams, he's going to be key again. I thought he was one of those batsmen in the previous game who could have taken it on and you know, have played Josh Hazelwood before the battle of both the Joshes. He could have just stepped it on a little bit, but English, brilliant innings.
Yep, qualifier number 2 awaits Josh Inglis and the Punjab Kings. 77.27 impact points for Inglis. That was easily surpassed by Jitesh Sharma the next day when Bengaluru had their own challenge to make the top 2. Thriller at Lucknow, Tom. 114.63 impact points for Jitesh Sharma on what was pretty much his best day as a batter in the IPL.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best games so far in the IPL. Remarkable chase, and I think the best innings of the IPL. Jitesh's 85 was just an absolute masterclass of chasing. You know, we've seen so often expecting the top order of RCB to do the heavy lifting, but there was a lot of lifting to be done, and Jitesh had his opportunity and didn't let anyone down. It was a brilliant innings.
Yeah, and well, if you had to choose between one keeper for that Lucknow RCB game, it didn't matter which one you went for because you still scored in your fantasy side. Rishabh Pant in the innings just before that Jitesh Sharma knock, 110.63 points, finally coming good, and you saw that 100, which would have been the world's weight off his shoulders for Rishabh Pant.
For sure. He lost so much weight that he was able to cartwheel after that. I mean, yeah, that was brilliant innings. You know, Rishabh Pant just showing everybody what he's made of and why he's so revered in the IPL or even in world cricket with the way he plays. I just knew he was in for a big one. The moment he hit that Yash Dayal middle stump ball for 6, that's what Pant does. He just uses so many different angles, sets the bowler into complete chaos in his mind as to where to bowl. I mean, it was a classic Pant innings, just using angles very, very well. Good, powerful hitting in all parts of the ground. If you see, there were 3 sixes in the offside and his rest were all on the onside. But in general, Pant just goes onside. That innings was perfect.
I hope you guys backed Rishabh Pant. If not all season, you would have been tempted to not play him in your fantasy side. But if you backed him for that one, well done to you. Now, qualifier territory. First qualifier, 2 standout bowlers, Josh Hazelwood's return and Surya Sharma's return to some form after 2 tough games. Tom, how big an impact was Josh Hazelwood in that game? 74.45 is just the impact as far as our numbers go, but that 3 for cold.
I think we need to first look at the pressure that was on Josh Hazelwood coming back from going back to Australia, recovering from a shoulder niggle, coming back into the side, the expectation of him having an impact, because all the talk around how important he is to this bowling attack, and it was like clockwork. It was absolute perfection of fast bowling on a surface that just offered a little bit. Hazelwood delivered, and he just did not leave the perfect length, the perfect line, and more importantly, what he did, he just took out key players in the opposition, and that's what you want your spearhead to do, is to take out the threats in the opposition, and he did that brilliantly.
Yeah, got the wickets of Shreyas Iyer, Josh Inglis, and if there was any resistance that was likely after that, Jitesh Sharma put an end to it. And he had a tough couple of games, so those 61 impact points, player of the match award to go with it, that was important for Suyesh with the final ahead of him now.
I think it was a great bowling performance for two reasons. One, which you already mentioned, he didn't have a good game before that. He went for 13s just in the game before that, and his celebration showed that he was trying to indicate to people that, you know what, I belong here and this is what I do. And secondly, and I think which is most important, is he bowled really well and got the ball to do things on a wicket that supported the seamers. So those googlies which he bowled, they actually came back really well, bowled good lengths, and managed to get 3 wickets. Spinner on a wicket that supported the seamers, sealed off the innings, I would say.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. That helps all our very passionate fantasy players, I am sure. Tom Moody, Varun Aaron. Now, playoffs coming up. We'll come back with some more insight for you, but that was recapping the top impact performers as per our evaluation on our My 11 Circle Presents Impact Picks of the Week.